Not everyone is meant to enter this mental society. This is a carefully selected community. Only the chosen ones can join. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my society. The fourth resident is perhaps the most profound figure I've ever encountered. His hands calloused not from manual labor but from relentless writing, challenging the notion that intellectuals don't bear the marks of toil. Who says thinkers aren't workers? In fact, no group has endured more hardship than those devoted to thought and pen. They often compelled to juggle multiple jobs, live in poverty, and bury their dreams, leaving behind only a name etched in history. On his tombstone it reads, "Workers of the world, unite." Since his emergence, the world has never been the same. Guys, allow me to share that this is the most formal and serious episode of the Mind Society. Please pay close attention to every word. Hello, sir. Welcome to Mind Society. I love to build a house for you, spacious enough for your wife and 2 daughters to be with you.
Thank you, young lady, for including Jenny here with me.
Jenny, your remarkable wife, whom I deeply admire. I hope someday I can write about her, perhaps when I learn German and gather more information. Surely without Jenny, your journey would have been far more arduous.
You're perceptive. I've always believed that class disparities are destructive to humanity and civilization. I was pained by women's marginalization, but felt compelled to focus on more pressing issues.
Shall we start making your house?
I'm eagerly awaiting it.
I rise in your honor, wishing to address the many misconceptions about you. You're luckily unaware of how your ideas have led to significant dictatorships and revolutions that claim countless innocent lives, especially among workers.
What's your name?
Ivan.
Ivan, during my writing days, I foresaw the tumult that would ensue, detested war, even revolution.
I thought you were an advocate for revolution.
Indeed, I support the revolution of consciousness. As my dear Hegel often said, I was a proponent of intellectual revolutions, but opposed to party-led uprisings. When exiled to England, I stood against the party and believed that the timing for a revolution was premature and that workers' minds weren't yet prepared.
I'm sorry you had to relocate so many times, from Germany to Belgium, then France, back to Germany again, and finally settling in England.
Ivan, the spirit of Germany haunted my life. From moving to Belgium, then France, back to Germany, and again to France before finally settling in England. England became my final home.
And through all these movings, dear Jenny stood by your side.
She was always with me.
I suppose you were among the fortunate few whose father loved and supported you immensely.
My father. As long as he was alive, my dreams knew no bounds. After his passing, the grief of his absence and the lack of financial support led me to abandon law and pursue philosophy. I aspired to become a university professor.
Although that never happened, you achieved greater feats. I'd love to applaud Jenny here for always standing by you, even when her family warned her you'd be destitute after your father's death.
No man can achieve greatness without a woman's support. No one can muster the courage to face this world without being loved. Life's suffering is a dark beast, and without love, it's insurmountable.
As Freud said, how brave is the man who knows he's loved. Guys, if you haven't seen the Freud, please watch the first episode. Returning to your perspective, I assume you more as a historian and philosopher than a psychologist. One of your predictions I appreciated was about America.
Yes, I was certain that if Abraham Lincoln came to power, civil wars would erupt in America, and England's cotton trade would entangle its economy.
And you were spot on. I believe you were a strong economist. However, you overlook cultural influences in your revolutionary predictions, focusing solely on economics. Perhaps that's why figures like Lenin, Stalin, and Mao emerged, leading to rivers of blood and the most significant dictatorships in the history.
Heaven, our lives are finite. I hope someone after me would advance my thoughts correctly.
Indeed, one man did. Though none became as renowned as you, surely someone will join this society who has critically analyzed your ideas as if conversing with your ghost.
I'm eagerly awaiting his arrival.
Your genuine humility and lack of desire for power, aiming only for a free society, are what I admire the most. Even though, as my friend Mira says, you wrote a book for workers that thousands of university professors have failed to understand, leading to revolutions and societal collapse due to misinterpretations, you remain one of my favorite thinkers. Your ideas serve as tools for psychology and self-awareness for me. I'd like you to explain some of your key concepts, like the relationship between geographical determinism and thought formation and mental and physical alienation.
These are among my most significant ideas. Your geography profoundly influences your thinking. Imagine I say cell to someone oppressed, it might evoke a prison cell. To someone privileged, a biological cell. Thus, geographical determinism shapes your thoughts.
You're right. That's a poignant example.
There are countless such examples. As for alienation, it's challenging to define simply, but let's say that through work, humans find fulfillment. When one can't feel connected to their work, they experience alienation. In the past, a watchmaker saw the entire process and felt ownership. No, a factory worker is just a cog, feeling insignificant, leading to alienation and objectification.
I understand. Even now, I juggle numerous jobs that don't give me a sense of belonging or fulfillment. I often feel like a slave questioning why I do this. Without awareness, I'll die with this feeling.
Dear Vin, awareness finds its path. Perhaps I should never have said that Hegel walked on his head and I turned him upright.
I agree with you on that. But as you said, awareness finds its path.
May I ask you a favor?
Of course, anything you wish.
Could you invite my dear friend and lifelong companion here?
Mr. Marx, I'll ensure everything here brings you peace. Here you won't lose Jenny to poverty or witness your daughter's death. You won't have to write for newspapers out of financial desperation. No, here you're one of my life's professors. Just give me a week to invite a dear friend. Take a look at your house. Everything's ready for your life, and dear Jenny is on her way. Our journey together has just begun. Workers of the world, unite. We live in a world divided not by faith but by class. The history of all societies has been a history of class struggle. The rich versus the poor, the rulers versus the ruled. But change is coming.